Hello, everyone. Welcome to the BattleCON Unleashed.
But it's not the end of BattleCon, just to make that very clear. So BattleCon Unleashed includes multiple things, but mainly it'll be three big things, right? It will include Devastation Remastered, which remasters a lot of the Devastation characters, giving them balance updates and more polished effects and cards so that they're more in line with the balance, especially given the new systems introduced in Fate of Indians, specifically the dodge base, replacing dash, as well as the force gauge. Secondly, it also allows us to release a new box set called Wanderers, which will include 10 new fighters made by fans. So actually, a few years ago, we actually polled fans for submissions for character ideas, and we picked the top 10 best ones and turned them into canon characters. So the characters in Wanderers are actually quote unquote fan made, and that's pretty cool, right? So that's 10 new fighters in that new box. And finally, BattleCon Unleashed itself is a storage solution which plans to store literally all of BattleCon as it exists right now. So it would fit War, Fate, Trials, Devastation, including the new Wanderers set. So that's all. That's everything.
So, just to
That
recap, we had a little hiccup, so I just want to recap and just sum it up. There's BattleCon Wanderers, that's a fan-made 10-character set. By fan-made, I mean, they submitted
fan submissions.
and we submitted it, we balanced it, and made it a thing, and that's pulled in some interesting mechanics in BattleCon. That's a set's 10 characters, and it's a good way to get into BattleCon. Then we remastered Devastation, which is the Omega box, right, from like 2012.
Yep.
Right? So we rebalanced that. Then Unleashed is the name of the storage solution, which is this colossal, everyone is here BattleCon Ultimate thing, right? So
Yeah.
everything fits there.
Yeah, which it also includes tuck boxes, right? For all the box sets that didn't come with tuck boxes before. Because only Trials actually had tuck boxes, but now everyone gets them. So now you can have this cool character select screen of all like the 80 something fighters that we have. And all of it will fit into your BattleCon Unleashed giant storage solution box. It'll be great. It'll be fun. What else do you want to talk about, Chris? I mean,
So, what's the Grand Chronicle? Give me a second. I'm going to show this Kickstarter page. Let me switch it real quick from TTS. I'm going to add it.
sure, man.
Display capture. Okay, so I'm switching it real quick to just the full display. Now, we're just going to go down the Kickstarter page real quick. What is the Grand Chronicle? Let's find that.
All right. Yeah. The Grand Chronicle.
Well, here's the
My
storage
good.
solution. I found a picture real quick. So I have this huge box. Here's the character select screen we're talking about. It has the tuck boxes, and you can just choose. We've done this with Exceed a little, and it was very popular. So that's what BattleCon Unleashed is right there, right?
Yep.
All right. And the Grand Chronicle. Continue. So now that the picture's loaded up, I wanted to show. So tell me about the Grand Chronicle.
So the Grand Chronicle is going to be like an extension of our old art book, right? The Grand Chronicle is basically going to be this giant compilation of Indians lore, Indians art, and Indian story. So it's going to be great for people who want to know more about the world or want to just see more art that isn't showcased in the base game. Indians is actually a really big sprawling world. For the people who don't know, BattleCon is actually set in a setting called Indians, and there's a huge backstory because actually Brad created this originally as a what do you call this? It was originally created as a RPG, tabletop RPG setting. So Brad actually has a lot of lore and a lot of background stories and a lot of events happening in the world. So if you want to know more about the characters, how they fit into the story, what they do, how they interact, where they come from, their countries, their rituals, their culture, it's not all going to be there, but it's probably going to be the most comprehensive we get so far, at least until Brad decides to release the entire lore book. And the art's going to be great. I've seen some of the art as well. So no Commento and everybody else did a great job on all of these art that we're going to see in the Grand Chronicle. So yeah, that's also another part of the BattleCon Unleashed project. So if you want to get all of that sweet, sweet art, sweet, sweet lore, it's there for you. So that's all for you lore lovers out there and art lovers as well.
So this includes, we've seen these characters in Pixel Tactics, Imperial, Argent, and of course BattleCon. And this is the Turbo Kickstarter exclusive book, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's
really,
it's so good.
Okay, so last few weeks ago we launched BattleCon Online. You can now play BattleCon on the internet with people. As part of the campaign, you get coins for that. How does that work?
Yeah, so when you donate at least $5 to the campaign, you get the online/internet hero tier, which gives you a few good goodies, right? For BattleCon Online. So you will receive 3 things: a code to unlock a special costume called Magical Hacker Marmalade. If you can show the art on screen right now, that'll be great. Yeah, all right. So Magical Hacker Marmalade. Absolutely beautiful art right here. She basically looks like a cybernetic hacker with magic. Yeah, she's pretty cool. You will also unlock a code for Evil Hikaru, the best character in BattleCon, who is an evil doppelganger of Hikaru. All of his voice lines are just reversed Hikaru voice lines. So whenever Hikaru says, like, all I need is one good punch, Evil Hikaru goes, all I need is one evil punch, and stuff like that. Absolutely great character, and all of his styles are like 2 to 3 words long. So his attack pair sounds something like "Dark Raging Strike" and all of that stuff. So he's really edgy, and he's a pretty cool character as well. And you will also,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, he's one of those.
Yeah, he's one of those. He's like, yeah. And finally, we have the extra currency over here. Extra currency, also known as battle coins, which you can use to purchase skins and characters from the shop. So, you spend that $5, you donate that $5, you also get that amazing capability to just buy any character you want. So if Evil Hikaru doesn't tickle your fancy, you can just buy regular Hikaru instead, I guess.
Yeah, so BattleCon Online is free to play. If you want to participate in this Kickstarter, you will get some coins and win.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey,
oh, it's Brad.
Welcome back,
oh.
Brad.
Hey, yeah, did you guys see my messages in the chat? Things are going good?
I did not see your messages in the chat. Are you here to correct us?
Oh, well, your mic is a little low, Chris, and I don't know if my mic is low. Maybe my mic is low too. No, I was watching this. I was on Facebook, and this great infomercial popped up, and I realized that it was you guys. Like selling BattleCon on live television, and I had to jump in and participate.
Were we so good? Were we so good that you wanted to back your own project?
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we're just going through all the things, and then Marco will destroy me.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? Like, I've never played Feylana before. You've never played Anya before, so we'll see.
Yeah, you can always just blame anything on Daniel. That's
it's all Anderl's fault. It's all Anderl's fault.
But yeah, well, cool. Well, I wanted to stop in and wish you guys good luck for the game, and I wanted to say thanks to everybody who is participating in the project already, or who's looking at participating, or who's watching this video. I still have a bunch of posts to make before we get started, before I do a stream, but I'm going to be doing a live stream at 4 o'clock, 3 p.m. PST on the Kickstarter page itself, and I'm going to be answering questions about the game and just talking about what we've got in the project. So I hope that you'll join me then, and I look forward to watching you guys match as you play.
All right, great. Thank you for stopping in, Brad.
Yeah, I'll see you guys around. Good luck.
Thanks, Brad. And if we ever make any mistakes in how we play these characters, please tell us, because I've never played. I don't know the rulings, right?
You'll figure it out. This is a good blind test.
It's a blind test. I'm blind. All right. Okay.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
All right, Marco. Before you beat me mercilessly on the internet, we're doing something interesting for this campaign. It's what do we call it? The social stretch goals. So we have this.
What are social stretch goals?
So if you do these fun things and submit it to us, we will unlock additional content for the game. So instead of like sharing to Facebook, we want you to submit like fan art or a cosplay or an event or a guide. And a lot of these materials already exist. So we want to get those people, activate them, and then encourage more people to do it to really make this feel like the ultimate BattleCon project. So we encourage you to do that, and the things you submit may make it into that Omega Grand Chronicle. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah. So, we have multiple kinds of community goals, right? We have stuff like make a guide, make a cosplay, make a fan art, make a fanfic, do an event. I think that's all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And each person may do one of those each. So I could do one of each of those things, and it would increment all of the bars up. And if we fill up the corresponding bar, the corresponding fighter associated with that bar gets unlocked as a stretch goal. So I believe Anath is tied to that. I think Evil Hikaru is also tied to that or something. So so those characters get unlocked according to Brad, not via a bad Skinner box where you have to like and stuff. Instead, you contribute to the community and do things that you will enjoy. Oh, I forgot, number 6, you create a fighter. You can create your own custom BattleCon fighter. And if you have trouble wondering how to do that, I highly recommend joining our Discord servers, because there's a lot of people who can help you for that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, those social stretch goals are going to be great. Again, every single person can do every single one of these once. You can do it like 7 times, but we'll only count it once.
Sweet. All right, so that's the guide. Just a quick look of where we're at, and then let's fight. So we are... Yeah, we're at 60K. We're doing really good. All right.
You want to fight?
Yeah,
I'm going to fight you.
In real life. This is not a BattleCon thing anymore.
This is not a BattleCon thing, by the way. Chris and I actually are mortal enemies.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we're in game now. We're playing Wanderer's characters.
Yes. So these are the 2 characters, or this is the what we'd like to call the introductory fight, according to Brad, right? So this means that this is the first game that most people are recommended to play when they buy this set. And we want to show off the Wanderer's characters because they're new and they're fun and they're cool. So do you want me to give you a quick rundown of these characters, Chris?
Yeah, let's start with my character, Defender of Justice.
All right, your character is called Anya Southwind, Defender of Justice. She feels like a common rider, especially with her unique base. Can you pull out her unique base?
Unique base.
Pull out her unique base for me.
Kick, exclamation point. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, kick, right? And she has a style called...
Okay.
Yeah, and she has a style called Justice. So she can do Justice Kick.
Yes.
It's hilarious. The best. Common Rider Harpy is like the best character. Okay, so basically Anya's playstyle is very interesting because she's a Harpy and she can fly. Her unique ability is that every anti-phase, she may choose to change her form and go from grounded to flying, right? Mm-hmm. So while in flight, she may go from grounded to flying. And doing so makes her slower. Can you reference this card that I'm pinging right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So during the anti, she can change to flying form, and then she'll lose priority for that beat because she's trying to take off, right? That's the flavor behind it. Mm-hmm. And once she's flying, opponents see you as one space further away. So that's a very interesting ability because if I'm in melee range from you, I actually perceive you to be at range 2 and would miss, right? If I did something like a grasp, right? So my grasp would miss you at this range. Like that's the cool thing about her. But if you take damage at any point in time, you become stunned, and then you have to go back to grounded. So the thing about this is a very important thing, right? If you take damage, you become stunned, which basically means stun guard will not help you. If you're in flying form, you either take no damage or you get stunned if you take damage. There is no in between.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So your character has a lot of mobility effects that allow her to like change her positioning in such a way that makes me miss. So that's your entire character. That's Anya. I'm playing Feylana Shorgitz, who is a regulomancer. Not a regular-mancer. She's a regulomancer, which means she's a magical lawyer. And yeah, she's a magical lawyer, and her entire gimmick, so to speak, is that she has a thing called a Gaius pile. And what she can do is, as an ante, she can lump things into her pile. So, for example, on ante, I could put my drive into my Gaius pile, which I guess is this, right?
Okay.
So for each card in my Gaius pile, I gain +1 power.
I see.
So I can limit my and cards in my Gaius pile stay there until I choose to get them back. So I could effectively just stack as many cards into my Gaius pile as I wanted, which would then result in me having +4 power on every single attack. Right? But of course, that comes at the cost of options. As another part of her unique ability, Feylana actually has 2 unique bases, which not everybody actually has. So that's another cool aspect about her. What else do I have to talk about? Oh, and a lot of Feylana's effects actually do things based on what's inside the Gaius pile, right? So, for example, one of her styles is... Let me pull it out here. There you go. Can you look at this card right here, Chris, and show it to the...
I'm looking at the professional.
Yes, it's a professional style. Professional, for example, has a before activating effect that says, activate a start of beat or before activating effect on a card in your Gaius pile, which means that if I have drive in my Gaius pile, this professional style now effectively gives me drives before activating 1 or 2 spaces advance effect.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I had burst, I could retreat 1 or 2 spaces instead. So if I have both of these bases in my Gaius pile, professional is an advance 1 or 2 or a retreat 1 or 2 before activating.
That's awesome.
Now, isn't that pretty freaking cool?
I'm gonna get zoned out so hard. All right.
I mean, so here's the thing, right? I'm a primarily melee character, and I'm fighting against you, who supposedly messes with primarily melee characters. Okay. So we'll see how this works. Oh, and as an end of beat effect, I forgot to say, as an end of beat effect, I can actually return all of the cards from my Gaius pile back into my hand. But if I do so, I lose life, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the cost that I have to pay. And I think I just have to show you this card over here called Verdict. Verdict allows me to take cards from you and put it in my Gaius pile.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, right? So now I can steal your bases for power and limit your options as well.
That's fine.
And if I happen to grab your unique base or something like that, I can steal it and it's mine forever. Right?
Okay.
So these are our 2 characters. This is the newbie fight. So if you're planning to get BattleCon Unleashed, you will be able to see this fight happen. It's the recommended fight. And, you know, I'm a bit of a BattleCon expert, so I'm sorry if it's not going to be indicative of a first new player experience. But it's going to be fine. Chris and I are going to have a good time. And we're just 2 good friends playing BattleCon. And this is absolutely not me destroying Chris, right?
It's definitely you destroying me, but it'll be fine. So I think it's interesting because I only learned how to play BattleCon recently.
How dare you?
Like last month. So I have a fresh set of eyes, and you have the expert eyes. So I think it's interesting just to see how we take in this information, how we fight. So yeah. You definitely have an advantage, but it's really easy to play. You know.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Right now, I'm not playing to win, right? I'm gonna take a page from Tyrankin's playbook and play to have fun, for once.
So what you're saying is you're gonna style on me.
Sure. No, I'm gonna base on you.
Okay. So let's begin. So we have our discards, and we're gonna make.
So I've already set the default discards for both of us. This is the default discards, and now we're gonna play a game of BattleCon. So for people who are watching this and don't play BattleCon, I don't know why you're backing the project. Maybe it's your first time seeing BattleCon and you're interested because you saw it on BattleCon Online. Here's how BattleCon works. At the start of every turn, Chris and I will put down an attack pair, which is usually indicated by 2 cards, one with a red back and one with a blue back. We'll tell you what they do once we're done with that, I don't know what my effects are. So let's just take some time to possibly look over our cards and see what we're doing, right?
Yeah, I'm reading my cards now. All right.
Quite interesting.
So my effects, if they say end of beat flying, I only get that effect if I'm flying.
Can you show me the card? I mean, you haven't set anything, so it's okay. BattleCon's a perfect information game. Yes, that means you only get that effect if you are flying.
Yeah, that's right.
Same goes for any effect that probably says grounded.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I'll pick one of these, and I'll pick one of these. So now my attack parry is complete, and I'll wait for Marco to pick.
Yeah. Apologies. Oh, I think I... Oh. Okay, this is a cool move. I'll try this one out. This just seems like a cool move. Okay, so now that we've set both of our attack pairs, we move on to something called the anti-phase. Oh, by the way, Chris, we should start with 2 force each.
Oh yeah, 2 force.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put them in my red
so
bag
during
here.
Yeah, they're in your red bag now. Okay, so during the end...
Real quick, is it public how much I have?
Yes, it's public how much you have.
Okay. I'm just gonna put them here on the table so I can see it easily. So.
Oh, okay. I just like having it in the bag because it tells me exactly how much force I have.
Okay,
See, it says 0 player 2 force, and then if you put 1, it says 1 player 2 force, and then 2 player 2 force.
Where does it say that? I don't see that.
If you hover your mouse over it, there should be like a thing that says it.
Oh, okay. I had my UI off. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, right. Easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't turn your UI off. It's very important. Okay. So during the anti-phase, we can do a series of anti-actions, right? Everybody has generic actions called the force gauge antis, or overloads, as we call them. So by spending 2 force, you can get any one of these effects, but you can get them only once each. So if you had infinite force, you could get power, speed, and stun guard, but you can't get more than 1 instance of each. You can't do like 4 power or 5 speed, right? You have to either get 1 power, 1 speed, 1 guard, and no duplicates, right?
But per turn, can I get +1 power this turn and +1 power next turn?
Sure, why not? So long as you have the force to spend. You have to spend 2 force for each one of those.
Of course. Okay.
Right. So here's the thing, Chris. We need to decide who's first player priority.
It can just be you. It's fine.
Fine. Okay. Then I will use my anti-action. Feylana has a special anti-action that I mentioned earlier at the start, right? Which allows me to place a base into my Gaius pile. I firmly believe that I will place this base into the Gaius pile right now. Okay. Strike is now in the Gaius pile. Yeah, there you go. Strike is now in the Gaius pile. Now I have actively power +1 on every single one of my attacks. Anti-priority now goes to Chris, and Chris can now choose to do something, whether it's to spend force or to use her, Anya's ability to go into flying mode.
I will not anti it this time. Okay. So
all right. So Chris passes. Chris passes, and I too shall pass. So once both players have passed, they will now flip their cards face up in what is called the reveal phase. Reveal. Alrighty. Okay. So we start off with the priority check. We check who is faster. I have a priority of 5. How about you, Chris?
4.
4. Therefore, I am active player. We now move on to the next step. Chris, can you please zoom in here? Let me move this card here. So this actually shows the turn order in case you haven't played BattleCon before. So now that we've realized who the active player is, let's follow the steps, right? So now we've revealed, we now know who the active player is. Let's do active player start of beat effects. I have one. Chris, it says, your opponent chooses a base from your hand and places it in your Gaius pile. Cards cannot be returned from your Gaius pile this beat. So here's the thing. Chris, you will now pick a base from my hand and put it in my Gaius pile. So it's your choice. What do you put into my pile?
I see. And if I was good at this game, I could choose cards to deny you options because I know they're not in your immediate move pool, right? Like you don't have shot or you don't have burst, at least not through your normal keywords, right? So
Yeah.
we'll pick that one.
So he's put my drive into my Gaius pile. And note that there is an effect that says, start of beat, cards cannot be returned from your Gaius pile this beat. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is do you have any start of beat effects yourself?
I do not.
You
Before
do not.
activating, though.
But you're not active player.
Okay.
Me first, man. I'm faster.
Okay.
Okay, so it is my turn now. I activate, and I use any before activating effects that I have. I have Sirius as before activating over here that says I may move up to 1 space. However, I do not wish to move up to 1 space. So it says up to, so I can move 0. I will move 0 spaces and stay where I am.
Okay.
Okay, now I will hit you with Verdict. Verdict has with Serious Verdict. My Serious Verdict has a power of 3 printed. However, my Gaius pile actually has 2 bases in it. So it now has a power of 5.
Okay.
And on hit says, during the recycle step, return any opponent's bases in your Gaius pile to your opponent's hand. Then place a base they played this beat into your Gaius pile. So we'll worry about this later on. But I've hit you, so this effect will trigger later. So now you take 5 damage, Chris.
All right. I have taken 5 damage.
So now we check, the very important check. Chris, do you have stun guard?
I have no stun guard.
Therefore, if you take damage that is greater than your current amount of stun guard, which is 0, 5 is greater than 0, you are now stunned. So usually you would then have a chance to react and act yourself. However, since you do not have enough stun guard, you are stunned and do nothing.
Okay.
So now we move on to the last step. Do you have any end of beat effect?
I do, if I'm flying, so no. But if I did,
So
I would move 1 space.
yes, but you are not flying. I do not have any end of beat effect. So now we move on to the recycle step. During the recycle step, though, remember on my on hit effect, during the recycle step, return any bases in your Gaius pile to your opponent's hand. You do not have any bases in my Gaius pile, so that's done. Then place a base they played this beat into your Gaius pile. So your drive is now mine.
Oh, wow. You have 2 drives. Okay.
Well, they're both in the Gaius pile.
Yeah.
So now we recycle. These cards go back into Chris's hand.
And this discard.
And then these cards move to there. And then the attack you just played goes to that discard. So this essentially puts all moves on a 2-turn cooldown, right? You can't play the same move over and over again because then you would spam dodge. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you would spam dodge 24/7, and that's not fun. But it's very interesting to see that this discard has only a style because I took it. I took your base, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're in the next beat, right?
Yes, we are indeed on the next beat.
All right. Let me read my cards again.
Yeah, and we just have to keep repeating this until one of us dies, essentially. I forgot. We both gain 1 force.
All right. Now I have 3 force.
Yes, now you have 3 force.
And
I have 3 force. Hey, Chris, I already gave you 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is very interesting. This is why there's this force pool over here. There's no longer a beat timer. In old editions of BattleCon, you had a 15 beat timer. Now what happens is if the force pool ever runs out, the beat after that is the last beat, right? So yeah, so no need to track the timer anymore. The force does it for you.
And it's the same duration of time, or is it scaled?
No,
Is it
so
balanced?
it's not it's around 14 to 15 beats. It's the same as before. However, there are certain things that allow us to accelerate or decelerate the time. Mostly this style thing here called the switch or the force special action. The switch effect, the +1 thing here on the bottom, allows you to gain an extra force. So if you play this often, you actually get more force than you usually would, which accelerates the timer in a way.
Okay, that's cool. It cleans up the game.
Yep.
All right, next turn.
Indeed.
Let's see. Reading the cards. Wow, this is cool.
See, now this is my problem. I have run out of options.
If you don't know what I'm going to do, you can't read me. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's see.
I don't even know what your unique base does, but it's okay. We're gonna survive. It's really fun to like do this first game of BattleCon with new characters, wherein I don't know what your styles are just yet. So right now, instead of like focusing on like what will Chris do and all that stuff, I'm actually just thinking about what are cool attack pairs that my character can do. And while that isn't really high level BattleCon, I feel like it's such a good experience to like look at your cards and be enamored by like all the cool combinations you can make. Like this serious verdict not only sounds like a cool attack, but was pretty cool when I hit it.
So I mean, we have 10 cards. How many attacks is that? Like, how many possible different moves does my character have? Because...
So depending on the character, certain characters actually have more bases and styles than the average character. For example, my character has 2 unique bases, so I have more cards than most. But on average, everybody has 4 styles and 5 bases in hand, and that means you have 20 possible attacks. And then your opponent has 20 possible attacks. Therefore, there are 400 different outcomes every single beat. If you look at it mathematically from a pure combinatoric standpoint. So there's a lot of things to try to grok. So for many new players, it's often very daunting. So I really recommend playing like this, like what Chris and I are doing, wherein we're just looking at attacks that we feel are cool and playing them, rather than trying to do that weird song and dance where we try to like, oh, is my opponent going to do this? Is my opponent going to do that? It makes the game more fun this way.
Yeah, but you have to get there. Like, the fact we have new characters puts us on an even playing field. Like, you don't know my
yeah, in a way, right? Because I can't do like any of the high level stuff, like purposely clashing your attack with parries or trying to like min-max positioning. Like, I usually would do that stuff if I knew the opposing character well enough, or my own character for that matter. Sadly, I do not know either of these characters very well, so I'm just playing cool attacks that I find are cool. What are people saying in the comments, Chris?
I'll take a look after I chose my attack. Give me a second.
Well, I'm gonna look into the comments since I've already placed my attack. I'm gonna look into the comments and see what people are saying.
Okay. All right, I have done the thing.
Have you set your attack?
Wow.
Ready. Wow. When I go to the Facebook to... like just at the moment where I go on Facebook to do this.
When you go to the Facebook.
Yeah. All right. So it seems that there are not a lot of comments. I'm just going to say hi to everyone. Hi.
Say hello.
Hi. All right. So while we're doing this, actually, we should tell everybody that we're live on Facebook, right? Did we tell everyone that we were live on Facebook?
I don't know. Share it out. I mean, let's share it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just make doubly sure. Playing the new Wanderers characters.
Okay. I'm ready to reveal when you are.
Well, you know what? I'm not ready. Okay, Chris? Like, hold your friggin' horses. All right, so we're not actually ready to reveal Chris because we still have the ante phase.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ante. Yeah, I don't think I should be anteing.
I will ante my flight. How does that work again? Let's see.
So now you're slower.
Grounded. Change your flying
so
form.
you
Have -2 priority.
Yeah, so you flip this and then now you're in flying form. So now I perceive you to be 1 space away.
Okay.
So it's my turn. Actually, I will pass again. So it's your turn again. Do you want to pass or do you want to do something with your force? Or
I will pass.
All right. I will. So now that we've both passed in succession, we reveal. So what are our attacks? I'm sorry. Soaring. versus versus professional shot. My shot is professional.
What a
Oh my gosh.
professional shot.
Yeah, you need to have a college degree to do this shot.
Oh, so real quick, if I didn't reduce my own priority, we both have 2. What happens?
Actually, I do not have 2. I have a reveal effect on professional that says +1 priority for each card in my Gaius pile. I have 3 cards in my Gaius pile right now.
Okay, but if we were tied, what would happen?
If we were tied, we would have done what we would like to call a clash in the industry, which means that we would have to keep our styles, but then set new bases, like so.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would try to out-prioritize each other that way.
Very cool. All right, so you go first.
All right, so I have more speed, and I will activate... Do you have a start to beat effect? You have start to beat effects.
If you took flight, move 1 space. How can I get out of your way? I can't. You did a shot. Wow. I guess I'll move away just for the lulz. Right?
Okay, and then you still have another start to beat effect over here.
Actually, wait, can I... what if I cross you up? You'll still hit me, right? So,
I will still hit you.
wonderful.
That's only for dodge.
Actually, no, I'll
that
go...
cross up is some...
I'll go here and you will miss.
So, okay, so Chris has identified something, right? This is range 4, but I perceive Chris to be 1 range further away.
Mm-hmm.
So my shot would miss because I don't have a range 1 to 5 shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, Chris, little did you know, Jojo, you do not see my move. I activate my before activating effect, which allows me to activate a start of beat or before activating effect on a card in my Gaius pile. Chris, drive is in my Gaius pile. I activate the before activating on drive, which allows me to advance 1 spaces. I advanced 2 spaces.
I gave you that. No. All right.
Thanks for your drives, Chris.
All right. So I thought I was out of range, but now I'm not. And you have higher priority, so we'll then do your card.
Well, actually, yeah. So I have higher priority. I'm active player. I did the before activating effect. I am at range 2, so that means I am at range 3 from you. And I will deal 6 damage because, again, of my Gaius pile. I have 3 in my Gaius pile, and that gives me +3 power.
Okay.
And now you are stunned, and if you take damage, you switch back to your grounded form.
Bodied. All right, got it. So,
all right.
I will pick up these cards.
Indeed. Now we have switch in our hands, so very important. So Chris, here's some advice from a BattleCon quote-unquote veteran. Ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
Of course.
Or Dragon Ball Abridged?
Yeah.
How about Dragon Ball Abridged?
Yeah, I've seen part of it. Yeah.
Dodge, Gohan! Dodge!
Dodge is good, is what you're saying.
Yes, dodge, Gohan, dodge. It's very important. So I think a lot of people might be wondering, like, how is Feylana dealing so much damage, right? The big thing about this is that Feylana actually has to hard limit her own options, right? So right now, Chris has 5 bases in hand. I only actually have 4 bases in hand. Sorry, how many bases do you have, Chris?
6.
5, right? Why do you have 6?
Oh, actually, this one is different. My bad.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think you only have a few bases in hand. So I have, like, significantly fewer bases than Chris does. And remember, I hit this verdict base, which allows me to steal one of Chris's bases. So actually, if I didn't hit this move, Chris would actually have, like, 2 bases up on me. And that's huge in a game of BattleCon. So yeah, maybe newbies might not see that, but as a quote-unquote expert, I see it decently.
Yeah. All right. I am preparing my next move.
Okay. This is quite a weird thing. Okay, this is interesting. I've set my attack. I'm gonna check.
wish I was flying.
Driving to victory. Yes, James T. Moore, I am indeed driving to victory. I'm quite driven, you know.
We need to do fans play BattleCon, and then they'll outperform.
Twitch plays BattleCon has to be like the most fun idea the Tank Bard came up with. Oh, by the way, we need to gain 1 force each. I keep forgetting to do this. Sorry, I'm just so used to BattleCon Online giving me the force automatically.
Oh no, for sure. We are going to lose. All right, we'll see what happens. My challenge to you, Marco, is can you kill me this turn with 9 health?
Well, ante. So usually the person who went first last beat gets to ante first. I will preempt you and ante grasp into my Gaius pile.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'm gonna pay 2 force and get my speed up.
All right. Yeah, don't put them back in the pool. Yeah.
Just get out of here. Oh, snap! I did. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a force discard. Okay. As any semi-decent BattleCon memer will tell you, always counter anti-priority. So I have counter antied your priority with my own priority.
So
I activate speed up. It allows me to gain 2 priority from my deck.
Okay. So if I'm behind,
yeah.
I just want to do damage. I'm gonna spend it on my defend. I'm gonna get my stun guard.
Stun guard.
Now I'm scared now. I just want to do something. So.
You're scared? Well, be more scared, friend, for I will counter anti you with power up, which increases my damage by 1. And I remember I already have 4 cards in my KS pile.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. So you're telling me it is possible for you to kill me this turn. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that is a distinct possibility. However, it is still your turn. You can still ante by like flying or something. Soaring.
I think I'm gonna pass.
Flying.
I'm ready to reveal. I mean, I can fly and just die. I don't think so.
I mean, I could possibly miss. I don't have shot, right?
We'll see. Okay, let's reveal.
All right, I will pass as well and reveal. Justice shot.
What's your priority?
Ooh.
Do you have any shenanigans?
My priority is, sadly, I only have priority 2.
I actually get to read my cards. All right. So, I will hit you for 4, and I have soak 1 and stun guard 3.
Yeah, it doesn't matter since you're first.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay, so before activating flying, you're not flying. So this just hits me for 4. I take 4 damage. Ouchies.
Didn't get
1,
perfected.
2, 3, 4.
That was the goal of that turn, to not get perfected.
Wonderful, wonderful. So by the way, why are people? I bet some people are wondering, like, oh, Marco, why did you just say 2, and why did you just refer to Chris's as 3 when you antied priority? Since both of us antied speed up, the difference, it doesn't make any actual difference. So we just look at the base cards for the speed difference. Because in BattleCon, what matters is the difference, not the. What matters is that one is higher than the other. It doesn't matter whether or not like it's 100 to 1 or 2 to 1. It's the same.
Yeah,
right?
you just needed to delete my advantage.
Yeah. Okay, so I took damage, and here's the deal, right? I could
Or a question: can the Harpy anti-fly and play dash on the same turn?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good idea. I should do that next time. Or maybe.
Yes. Yeah, Domingo Martin, you're correct. Okay, so now I have an end of beat effect that applies to all of my effects, which allows me to bring back bases from my pile, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will probably do that. I will actually return all the bases to their original own hands. You get your drive back. Here you go.
Okay.
And I will lose 1 life for doing so. And now we recycle.
All right. My justice shot. I'll get back 1 card.
Well, you got your drive back from me, so that's fine, right?
That's right. Didn't get perfected. Yes.
Didn't get perfected. Yes. All right. So we put these tokens back to the anti-force pool where we have them. You know, I was actually expecting you to do a grasp, and which is why I did that. Because the objection base actually makes me active player if if the card you play is in my Gaius pile. So that's pretty cool.
How do I use my force special action?
It's a style.
Got it.
You play it like a style.
Okay. You know, if you did perfect me, I could just blame it on you watching the live stream.
I'm not cheating, Chris. How dare you?
Did you get one force?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting, man. I keep forgetting. All right. Anti-phase, you were actually faster last beat, so you can choose to fly now.
I will fly this time.
Oh man, a fly boy. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let me think about my move.
So I have -2 priority, just to be clear.
All right. I think I will pass for this beat. Oh wait. Should I? That's the real question. Should I pass? Actually, no. I will place a grasp into my Gaius pile as an anti.
Okay.
So now I have +1 power and everything. Your turn.
Pass.
All right. I will pass as well. We will now reveal. Oh, he dodged, Gohan. He dodged.
He dodged. So even though I have less priority, do I still get dodge? I was a little confused. Do you hit me out of my dodge?
Okay, wait. Let me think about it. I think what happens here is that I'm actually faster, right?
Yeah.
So my start of beat effects happen first. So you get to pick a base from my hand, and you place it in my Gaius pile. Getting rid of my burst, I see.
Yeah, let's get rid of that nonsense now. All right.
Let's get rid of that nonsense. Wow. And then what happens is that your start of beat effect works now. So you get to do the dodge effect.
Oh, we're all here.
Yeah, it's a flyby.
You don't want to go further?
All right.
I might want to go further. Let me take a look at my cards.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I do stay there. I go there.
All right. So now I have before activating effect, I can move up to 1 space. I will move here because I want to be on the left side or right side from your perspective.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. And that ends the beat. We just cycle. So this is what the game of BattleCon is all about, right? And it might seem really simple at first, but when you starting to understand the cards and get more advanced concepts, the game can be really interesting and really fun. Mm-hmm. We gain 1 force, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it. I didn't forget this time, Chad. I didn't forget this time.
All right.
All right. Who was faster last beat? That was me. So I get the chance. I will anti this and put drive into my pile.
Okay. I'm gonna spend force on priority. Are you gonna match that?
Of course, my friend. I will match your priority with mine.
Okay. Let's drain our meters.
Wait, hey, come on, man. At least put the things there so that, presentation.
Of course. All right.
All right.
I pass.
All right. It's time to reveal. Oh, this is quite interesting.
All right. So I have 5.
Yes, you do. You have 5, and I have 5.
Oh. Okay.
We therefore clash, my friend.
Okay. So which card gets removed?
No removed. We just place a new base on top of the old one.
On your base. That makes me sad.
Yes.
Oh no. Okay.
Now, for everybody watching, Chris knows exactly what cards I could put down at this time. Oh no, did somebody... Oh, was that... Oh, I heard ambulances.
Ready?
All right, Chris. So now we reveal these. And it seems that I have more priority now. Because I
Okay.
have 7.
Okay.
All right. So now the bases that we didn't use technically should go back to our hands at the end of the beat. So let's worry about that later.
Okay.
So now we will see who's first. I have a priority of 7. You have a priority of 3. I go first. Do you have starter beat effects?
No.
But you're flying, yes?
I am. So.
All right. So I will.
Does that put me in range? No.
It does put you in range.
No. It puts me in range. Wow. Okay.
Okay, but I have to do this effect. So in BattleCon, when you have effects like this, you are forced to activate them.
Mhm.
So I must activate a start of beat or before activating. I will activate the drive effect and advance 1 space.
Okay.
And now I will attack you. Are you in my range? Since you are flying, I perceive you to be at range 2 despite you being in melee.
Mhm.
And I hit you for 5 damage.
Okay.
All right, Chris, here's the question. Do you have a stun guard value?
I do. 5.
Yes, but Chris, look at your flying effect.
Oh. No. Okay, that's right. So I will be grounded.
So you will, if you take damage while you're flying, you not only become stunned, but you also are forced to go back to your grounded form.
Okay.
So you are stunned, sorry, and you take 5 damage.
I already
so you
took
drop down.
4.
All right.
I removed
So,
it.
okay. Now we recycle. During the recycling phase, though, during the recycle step, return any opponent's bases in your Gaius pile to your opponent's hand. None of your cards are in my hand, but I get to steal your base. So I'm Mr. Steal Your Base.
Okay.
Or Mrs. Steal Your Base.
All my base belong to you.
All your base belong to me, actually.
Okay. I'm ready for the last turn of this game. Let's see.
Hey, you don't know yet, man.
No, I plan to
Like-
do 15 damage to you. That's what I'm trying to say. So,
Oh, did the sorry, Chris. This goes back to your hand.
oh, because of the thing. Okay, yeah. And you stole
Yeah,
the
yeah,
base. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so now we both gain 1 force, but since you're below 7 health, you actually gain 2 force instead.
Oh, nice.
Mm. I have played my attack.
I'm ready.
All right. Ante goes to me first. I will pass since I don't want to do any of these antes.
I will do power up.
Ooh, power up. What are you doing?
Ready?
Well, I'll pass. All right.
So
Lawful objection versus diving grasp. So here's the cool thing. Reveal. If the opponent's attack bearer... do you have any reveal effects? No. So I go first, right?
Mhm.
Reveal. If the opponent's attack bearer contains a base that is in your Gaius pile, you gain +1 power, +1 priority. Otherwise, gain range +0 to 2. Do you have a base that's in my Gaius pile?
I do not.
Let's check. So
oh
look,
no, it was in there. Okay.
oh no, is this a JoJo reference? I think that's a JoJo reference. So yes, grasp is indeed in my gayest spot, right?
Okay.
Sorry, that was a lovely. Oh, is this Chris Solis or a different Chris? This is Chris Solis.
This is Chris Ellis.
Yeah, it's Chris Solis. Okay, so we have.
Okay, so what happens?
Okay, do you have any starter beat effects?
I do not.
I do have a starter beat effect. Chris, can you read that for me?
If the opponent's attack pair contains a basis in your, you become the active player, so you've taken priority.
Yes. So I take priority now. Look, Chris, look at me. I have priority now.
We made eye contact across the world just there.
Yeah, literally. All right, so now I am active player, which means I get to activate first despite only having 2 priority compared to your 6.
Wow. Okay.
So now I will check my range. Are you grounded or flying?
I'm grounded.
All right, so my range to you is 1. I have a range of 1 to 2. My power is 4 plus 4.
Well, I have been destroyed. That's her on the ground now. She's laying down on the ground now.
Can we? I'm sorry. For posterity's sake, we need to put you to -4.
-4. All right, you got
because I dealt 8 damage.
And
All right.
I hit you once. I didn't get perfect hit. That's a win.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good play when you did that shot. I actually didn't see it coming. I was expecting you to burst and use your flying to essentially create a gap of 4, right? I was actually expecting you to burst way more often this game, but I guess maybe that's just me doing like veteran, like me assuming that you would play like a veteran, right?
Yeah, what I was trying to do is I was going to throw you like a stupid distance because of my diving, and then I was going to shoot you, like just do stuff like that. But yeah, no, I mean like after just that one game, I'm starting to understand the kit and when to use flying. I was like getting jabbed out of it, and you need to understand the value of that one extra range and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was BattleCon.
Feylana's, yeah, that was BattleCon. So if you like what you see and you think that you would appreciate this kind of game, we highly recommend that you check the link in the description of this video and see the Kickstarter for yourself. See whether or not any of the pledge tiers are for you. We have a quick start guide on which pledge tiers you should get if you want to get into BattleCon, or if you already have a specific copy of BattleCon, or if you want literally everything. There's a quick start guide for you. So if you want to get into BattleCon, this is literally, I mean, not your last chance, but this is like the best chance you'll get in a while to be able to get into BattleCon, the latest set. And if you like any of these 2 characters, you might like some of the other ones. Chris, would you mind if I just showed people some of the other characters?
Yeah, I'm going to clean up my character and we just take a quick look at them.
We can just delete everyone, right?
Yeah, as a mod. So I'm going to delete her. And then, let's just delete all this. And then bring out some characters.
Yeah, let's bring out some characters. And I can give you a quick lowdown of what some of them do, right?
Yeah. I'm switching the perspective to you, so the camera's now over your shoulder. These are Wanderers characters?
Oh. Yeah, these are all the new characters from Wanderers, which is the quote-unquote fan-made set.
When the fans made this, how much influence do they have on like what the characters look like? I'm just curious.
So when the fans made this, it actually went through like a interesting process wherein they would submit a general idea, and then we would pick like there's a general idea and a general idea for the UA, and then we would like pick them, and we would slightly consult with the fans and all that stuff. And I think they got to generally give the overall theme. Like for example, Daijin was made by Charles. If you don't know Charles Engstrom, he's actually BattleCon World Tournament champion like 3 years in a row or something. So he wanted like, I think his description for Daijin was just like, it's a genie cowboy, and I think they captured that. It's literally just a genie cowboy over here.
That is a genie cowboy.
That is a genie cowboy. This is Sinaud. I can't pronounce the character's name. Sionad, whatever. Sia, Sio, whatever. He's a phantom thief, right?
Okay.
I mean, like, And oh gosh, I forgot who did Korra. Was it Bakatron or oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Whoever made Korra, I know it's either Bakatron or somebody else. Korra's basically like a dryad, but she's a cactus dryad. So in Indians, dryads are actually beings born from specific plant life. And Korra's born from a cactus. Most of the other dryads we've had were born from trees. So if you found that Feylana and Anya were interesting, we have other characters. So let's start with some of the characters I already mentioned. So we have people like Korra. Korra's ability is that she can, quote unquote, infect people with thorns, right? And opponents have a choice. They can keep the thorns on themselves and take damage every turn because it's prickling them, right? Because she's a cactus. Or they can choose to remove the thorns from themselves, which costs them priority. Because, while they're removing the thorns, it's making them slower. So Korra's entire thing is that she doesn't deal a lot of damage. So, for example, she has a card that's like just -2 power. Because, again, she just deals passive damage. So what Korra actually does is that she hits you a few times and then just spends the rest of the game doing nothing while you slowly die because of her thorns.
I like
so
it.
So it's a pretty cool mechanic. Who else can we go? So I don't know the others in as much in depth as some of the others. So for example, Daijin over here, made by Charles, he's broken. I'm telling you right now. Let me just show you some of his cards because Daijin is broken. And we need
Daijin's not broken. This game is balanced, Marco.
No. But you have to understand. Look at this style. Look at this style, my friend. Look at this one. Overpowering. It's literally called overpowered. Look at this stat line. It has 4 power. 4 power by default and stun guard 4. That's really good. That's a really good stat line. And he has another card called Almighty, which is just +0 to 2, 2/2. Those are some broken stats, right?
All right. So you're saying I have my new main.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing. Here's the cool part and why he's such a flavorful character. Because Daijin is a genie. To balance the fact that he's really, really good, he gives the opponent wishes.
Yes.
So the opponent gets all of these wish cards that actually give them huge bonuses, like +4 power, +4 priority, or giving themselves stun immunity and soak, right? So these wishes actually mean that for the opponent antes them, and then they get a huge bonus. So potentially they can use that huge bonus to offset Daijin's huge power.
That's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So that's Daijin. I'll breeze through the others. I won't go as in depth as these two. Sinado is a phantom thief who has a motorcycle. His motorcycle. Yeah.
Well, actually, let's just save it because we're going to be doing this every week on Friday, so we can highlight different characters. So just give me the one sentence version, and then we'll go over it. We'll dive in later.
We'll go through the one. Okay, Sinado is a phantom thief with a motorcycle marker that picks him up when it moves, so he can use it to ride around. Kai Omakai basically has a puzzle box and a series of puzzle cards that he has to do. So he kind of has this quote-unquote alternate game going alongside the regular game. Wendy is an airship engineer, and her unique ability has her airship giving her air support, so it bombards the board with shells. Sir Vekil Vorus is a Revenant Knight who has an army of wisp ghosts that haunt the opponent as he pelts them with his multiple weapons. John Strong Stevenson is a Rockmancer, and he can cover himself in rocks, and he can basically trade mobility for more defense.
Okay, very cool.
And Rin is an ice ninja. And her entire gimmick is that she can give people ice counters, and the ice counters limit their movement, make them slower, typical ice stuff. So she's a very like Ibuki style character, wherein her speed and mobility allows her to make you slower. So those are some of the characters from Wanderers. We won't show you their entire kits. So if you like these characters, if you find them interesting and want to play them, please back the Kickstarter. And if you want to see them in action, tune in next week, same day, but not necessarily same time, right?
We'll make an announcement on the exact time, but we will definitely be streaming at 4 p.m. Friday and Saturday during the duration of the campaign, and we're just gonna play BattleCon and beat up each other. It's gonna be
Have
great.
fun.
Yeah, we're just gonna have fun.
Yeah, have fun, and hopefully Chris gets good enough that he doesn't get bodied every time we do it.
Well, maybe I have a month to get good. Right. That's the narrative of this campaign. I will beat you on the last day of the campaign in an official match. That's what's gonna happen.
Yep. Oh, people in the chat were like, "No finisher, no win in my book."
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying.
Why didn't you ult, man? You should have ulted.
Yeah. I should.
Okay. So thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Please tell all of your friends to tune in next time, and tune in next time yourself. As usual, that's been me, Marco DeSantos. With me has been our main host,
Chris Solis. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. And if you missed the earlier parts of the stream, if you're only joining now, and if you're worried, don't worry. The entire stream is now going to be available on Facebook. And if you don't want to watch it on Facebook, you can also watch it on the video on demand on YouTube. So again, see you guys next Friday for another stream, 4 p.m. PST. And we'll see you on Saturday. Is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing like a podcast mixer. So that'll be on Kickstarter.
Yeah, that'll be on the Kickstarter. It'll be like a video podcast thing where we'll do some Q&A for all of you. So if you have some burning questions for Brad or any of the other people on the development team, please tune into the stream tomorrow, 4 p.m. PST on Saturday. So thank you so much. Chris, can you roll us out?
All right. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.